Hey there, everyone. It is Tuesday, April 28th, and this is just a short video to cover a bunch of features that we just dropped literally 8 minutes ago. So I'm going to try to keep this as concise as possible. Any questions, feel free to follow up, grab some time on any of our calendars. Happy to walk you through any of these things. It's going to be quite a bit, but I'm going to try to keep this as concise as possible. So first up, we've separated our campaign-based KPIs and metrics on the dashboard. So now you have your signals view, and then you also have your campaigns view. And this aggregates data across all of your campaigns, though you can filter. You can filter by sender. The activity feed here, same idea. You can filter by campaign, by sender, by event. Basically everything you see in our ad hoc campaign reports, but now across your entire account. So anything you want to see at a high level from your performance of your campaigns, what's been going on, searching for specific actions across all campaigns, you can do it right from the dashboard. Second up, and this one's really, really exciting. We dropped our API updates for all of our LinkedIn campaign functionality. So this spans from managing your connected accounts, managing campaigns, getting stats on campaigns, actually building new campaigns, adding targets to campaigns. One unique feature that I'm really excited about that's going to work really well with an MCP approach is that we're not restricting you from only executing your outreach through a campaign umbrella. With our API framework and through the MCP, you'll actually be able to execute one-off ad hoc LinkedIn actions. So, you can instruct Claude to, go through a recent signal or through a, list of targets or leads that it discovers, and have it send invites, like posts, view profiles. So basically everything that you can do through a campaign, you can do as one-off jobs by using our direct job queue. And the great thing about this as well is we still enforce everything on the back end by way of protections for your account. So all the human pacing, all the daily limits, all of those things apply to the senders that you send from, even when it's a direct job coming right from the queue. The unified inbox is completely accessible through the API, also through the MCP, which means that your agent can theoretically get all of your threads, all of your messages, reply directly and in real time to messages. So it's very, very powerful. You can grab all the latest in our API docs. And the same goes for the MCP documentation as well. We have some recipe updates here too, but there's 24 tools in total for your MCP. So if you're using Claude, if you're using Cursor, you can, again, easily connect and start automating your way through a lot of great use cases. So that's that piece. Inside our Get Signals platform for AI agents, they are now also capable of executing some one-off LinkedIn actions, specifically reacting to posts and commenting on posts, either as a personal profile or as a company page. So if you're not familiar with AI agents, it's essentially they can target posts, they can target post authors, they can target contacts that you export from signals, whether that's someone that liked a post, engaged with a post, or is an author of a post. And basically you write prompts around these. Sometimes they can be used for identifying ICP. Sometimes, in the way we use it is we go through and we look for when our competitors are mentioned. The prompt instructs the agent to determine whether or not it makes sense for us to comment or react because our audience might be present with the post. And if it's true, then we can proceed with doing that, including using our prompt templates to develop the actual comment post. So a lot of the times you see these auto commenters are a complete joke. It's AI slop because they just don't have the right context. What we're able to feed our AI agents and also a regular campaign is both the post copy itself, the author's profile, but then also all the comments that are on the post already, just to give it some context around, how other folks are reacting to it. And you don't want to go overboard. These don't need to be long comments. Usually I just add 2 or 3 words and then tag our Get Signals page. And it's all about visibility because that's how I use it. But there are a lot of use cases where commenting can be valuable. The gaps have always just been the comments were largely not relevant or easily picked out as coming from AI. And that's all due to lacking in context. So that's AI agents. That's a good update. The next, we'll get into campaigns and two new signals that are just related to campaigns and our LinkedIn automation functionality is now you can automatically import new connections. And these are new connections that are, maybe invites that you sent manually through LinkedIn, or someone sent you an invite that you accepted. So basically anything that's not derived from a campaign inside of Get Signals. And these folks you can automatically add into a campaign for outreach after you're connected. So we detect new connections and then they automatically get enrolled into a campaign. This is a new one too, also a very valuable one. Anyone who's viewed your profile, again, this functions on the daily, so any new views will be automatically added into a campaign. And if you have a premium account, you're going to get a lot more traction out of the who's viewed your profile. With a free account, you typically get restricted to the last 3 folks over like a 30-day period. So some incentive to potentially upgrade to Sales Nav and have premium, because you'll get some more insights on this. These are always very highly converting, so it's a really solid signal. You can now import ADIO lists or HubSpot lists directly into your campaigns as well. And on the roadmap is setting up a recurring check so that any new additions to an ADIO list or a HubSpot list automatically get rotated into a campaign automatically as well. Finally, and this one is huge because we're talking about context earlier around commenting, but context also is hugely valuable for sending direct messages, writing notes, or InMail, right? So what we've done since we're starting with a signal and we have a lot of context to begin with, we built on that, and we built this basically full AI research brief developer, and then writer for a direct message, a note, or InMail, right? And what we're doing is we are able to send in some really critical contextual information about a lead. So to start, a lead will be surfaced, potentially through a signal or maybe something that you import. And then what we do with this tag right here, which is prospect analysis brief JSON, is this is going to trigger a 2-step process. The first process is that we're going to run in and we're going to grab your lead's most recent posts, and this is on top of the signal context. So whatever signal surfaced them, whether it was a competitor's post, what it was specifically, what was in the post, if it's a post that your company created, if it's a post that mentions a topic that you're monitoring, whatever the case may be, we add the signal context, but then we're also going to drop in your leads post from the last 30 days. So what are they saying? What are they talking about? We're going to include and insert the posts that your lead has commented on in the last 30 days. So not their post, but any other third-party posts on LinkedIn that they've commented on, including what they said. And all of this is about trying to, identify more angles and potentially any pain points that they're expressing that aligns with your service or your product's value proposition. And then finally, we'll grab their company that they work for, the company's post from the last 30 days. And again, this is just to try to create some more alignment around whatever your solution is. What this agent is going to be looking for is to try to find the strongest angle, either an implicit or explicit, pain point that it can use, but then formulate that along with your value prop to craft this message. And that's kind of the basis for a lot of what we're talking about, which is creating context-aware AI, not just AI that just writes anything, but that you're really feeding it a lot of data that, one, would be very difficult to come by and aggregate as a human, but two, is extremely valuable because most of it, not all of it, is going to be in the voice of your lead and their company. So this is just a stock prompt that we're including as a template, but you have access to all these tags, so you can completely build out your own iteration of a research agent that also crafts the message output. And I'll just quickly show you what this looks like. So we have a built-in preview tool, so you can get an idea of how, if you're creating a prompt, how it's actually functioning. You bringing your own large language model, so you can pick whatever you want, whether that's OpenAI, whether it's Anthropic using Claude, XAI. I'm a fan of ChatGPT 5.4 and now 5.5, but then also Anthropic. Sonnet is fantastic at writing. So you click generate preview, and this goes through first. compiling all the data that we have within all these different tags, but then also going and grabbing all those different data points that I mentioned, all that context, which is really going to enrich all the details that your AI agent is ideally going to be leveraging to find that really powerful angle. And then also it grabs firmographics. So the firmographics is something that we set up inside your Get Signals account when you create your account. And it will help you map out your value proposition, your ICP, details about your company. And then all that flows into this to educate your AI agent as well. So like using Matt here, as an example, Matt is a master in helping B2B companies develop video content. So if we acting as Get Signals, because that's what this prompt is configured to do, this is just an example of what the agent would have come up with by using all these different data points. So as you can see, it's quite exhausting, and it comes up and it summarizes all these things in its research phase and then sends it over to the writer phase. So again, it's 2 steps, not just one. So in here we have one B2B team start wrestling with content marketing. They're already close to hiring an agency. We help find these people early on LinkedIn. Worth a quick look. Short, to the point, no AI slop. It gets right into defining like how we can help you today, and that's really what this is all about. And it's crafted, specifically around Matt's profile, what Matt's been posting, what Matt's been engaging with, and what Matt's company posts to get an idea of what their value is and what their value proposition and the type of buyers that they might be looking for, which is directly relevant to what we're selling. So it's a great way to get some scale with real personalization because it's context based without looking like you're just generating everything with AI and it's not even relevant to your prospect. All right, so that's the update. All of these things are in production right now. Happy to walk you through any of these things. If you need any help, have any questions, please reach out to us and we'll get into it with you. Appreciate you all.